Have you always wanted to know what DeFi is all about, what the buzz is, why everyone is talking about it, what it actually stands for? Well, you've come to the right place because I'll be explaining to you in simple terms what DeFi is about, why it's important, and how you can actually get started with using different DeFi applications super easily. I'd like to thank Aave for sponsoring this video, but more about them later on. If you're regular to the channel, welcome back. If you're a new viewer and you like this type of content and you also enjoy making more money, then make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification, because YouTube does like to gatekeep some sensitive content and I just don't want you to miss out. So what is decentralized finance? Well, decentralized finance, or simply DeFi, refers to an ecosystem of financial applications that are built on top of blockchain networks. Now, these blockchain networks could be Ethereum, Polkadot, Cardano. There are many different blockchain networks. In this video, we'll only be focused on DeFi based on the Ethereum blockchain. In other videos, I might focus on other blockchains, but at the moment, Ethereum has 95% of the market share. It might change in the future, but at the moment it is as it is. In layman terms, imagine that Ethereum, Cardano, and Polkadot are operating systems very similar to the operating system that you're using, maybe Linux, Mac, Windows. On this operating system, you've got many different applications. You've got Word, Excel. In the DeFi space, most of these applications are financial use cases like trading, lending and borrowing, buying and selling insurances. So unlike the common operating systems that we know, like Windows or Apple, that are controlled by a central entity, if we take the Ethereum blockchain and other smart contract blockchains, those are completely decentralized and immutable. That means that no one can actually control who uses those blockchains, those smart contracts, those applications, as well as how much is transacted, and there's no geopolitical limits on what is done on these applications. For most of the centralized financial services, there's a decentralized financial service counterpart. So here's an example for money. You've got the dollar, euro, different fiat currencies. And in the decentralized financial world, you're also going to have different stable coins as their code, as they are either pegged to the US dollar, they're backed by cryptocurrency assets, or they're backed by an algorithm. So some of them follow the US dollar really well and some don't. On a high level, so you've got the central banking, so you've got many different banks in the centralized financial world, and on the DeFi space, you've also got it. So you've got MakerDAO, MStable, you've got commercial banking, Compound, BZX, Dharma, investment banking, Synthetics, UMA, DYDX. So I won't go through all of the different DeFi apps as there's so many, but that's not all. The beauty of the DeFi space is these are all different types of smart contracts, and they are interoperable with each other, meaning that many of these protocols can work together to build completely new financial services. And this is just not possible in the centralized financial world, because many of these institutions, they just want to keep their own secrets, get the best possible profit, and not really share how they're getting this profit or how it works. And in the DeFi world, everyone likes to work together. I think this image highlights the biggest benefit of the DeFi space. So if you look at traditional finance, you've got a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of time and money is wasted on that, and there's just a little bit of trust-based software, so it's highly inefficient. That's why the banks make massive amounts of money, but the retail investors don't really get any of that profit, especially because a lot of it is lost on bureaucracy. Now in fintech, it's definitely revolutionizing traditional finance, but there's still a lot of bureaucracy involved, since the trust-based software is only like half of the whole amount. In the DeFi space, you've got little to no bureaucracy, and a larger portion is trust minimized software thanks to smart contracts. It's all based on programming and mathematics. There's not one person behind it that's saying that you get the money, you get this transaction, you're not allowed to get it, and so on. So I think that's the beauty behind the DeFi space. It's very efficient. Let's come to the part that you might have been waiting all along, is how do I get started with DeFi? So first of all, you have to buy ETH on Coinbase, Kraken, Bitstamp, Bitpanda, wherever you want to buy ETH. You just buy this ETH. You will need ETH on your wallets in order to interact with DeFi applications. And the way that the Ethereum blockchain works, if you don't have any ETH on your wallet, you won't be able to send any tokens to another wallet, and you also won't be able to interact with smart contracts. That's just the way it works. You can compare ETH with the fuel of the Ethereum blockchain. Then the second thing that you want to do after you've bought your ETH is create an Ethereum wallet. Now, not just any type of wallet, there are some special wallets that allow you to interact directly with DeFi apps. They've got something built in. It's like a type of a signature that allows you to connect without putting in a password. I think it's fantastic because it makes the DeFi space a lot easier to use. What I recommend that you do is go to ethereum.org. You can scroll down and click on pick a wallet. And this will give you a lot of different ideas on what kind of wallets to pick. I'll give you a suggestion, but you can also go with another suggestion. I think the suggestions brought to you by ethereum.org are all pretty great. I think you have to try it out on your own. So here what you have to do is make sure that you select explore dApps, because you want to have an Ethereum wallet that has this functionality. You go down and click on search wallets, and it's going to filter out those wallets that allow you to explore the DeFi space. Now, me personally, I've been using the Trust wallet. I'm not sponsored by them, but I think it's a fantastic wallet. It allows you to explore many different DeFi apps thanks to the Wallet Connect feature. And you've also got Argent. I've tried it once. It's pretty good. MetaMask is probably one of the most common ones. I think it's pretty good to get started, to put some ETH, as it lives in your browser as an extension, but I don't recommend this wallet for massive amounts of funds, and I don't recommend that you use their swap feature. And then you've got Hyperpay or Ethereum. A few of them are pretty good. I haven't tried them all. I recommend either sticking with some of the top ones. Trust Wallet is my favorite. Then as soon as you've actually bought some ETH on Coinbase, Kraken, Bitstamp, and so on, you want to set up your wallet. So for example, the Trust Wallet, I've made a video about the Trust Wallet, so you can search my YouTube channel, or I'll link it down below. And there you can set up your Trust Wallet. Make sure that you keep your private keys in a safe location, because these private keys are basically the keys to your money. And if you lose your phone, you can actually install the Trust Wallet on another phone, but you'll have to import those keys in order to restore your funds. Now, never share these keys with anyone. Many scammers try to steal those keys from you, but never share these keys with anyone. They're a key to your bank account. So when you've installed your wallet, for example, your Trust Wallet, then you can actually send the ETH to that wallet and you can start exploring DeFi apps. When you've done that step, you're practically in the DeFi ecosystem at the bleeding edge of technology. You're your own bank. So what you can do is go on to different resources to start learning more about DeFi applications, DeFi resources, and so on. The first website I recommend using is defipulse.com. Here you can see a lot of information about transaction value locked and so on. It's pretty fun to look at because it shows how fast the DeFi space is growing. Last year was at around 1 billion and now it's already at $41.54 billion. In my opinion, it's going to top out at 100 billion at the end of the year, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes even higher. 400 billion would be a bit of a stretch, but never say never. And here, if you scroll down, you can see many of the top DeFi applications. You can look at the chain. This is basically the foundation on which this DeFi application is built upon. And the most common one is Ethereum. You'll find a few other ones, but in the top, it's Ethereum. So you've got Maker, you've got Aave, Compound, Incur Finance, Uniswap, SushiSwap. If you're interested in one of those and you click on it, you get some information about what it is. So for example, Maker is a decentralized credit platform on Ethereum that supports DAI, a stablecoin. You can click on lending and it'll show you the different lending options. So you've got Compound, Maker, Aave, how much you would receive by lending, how much you would pay by borrowing, and so on. I definitely recommend though to go onto the respective platforms to find the most accurate rates. Then you can also click on earn income, and there's a really cool calculator that shows how much money you could actually be earning by locking up some assets on various platforms. So for example, DYDX, you can lock up 10,000 DAI and you would be earning 42% APY per year. Now these rates fluctuate based on supply and demand, based on how many people are using the platform, based on how many people are using different assets. So these are variable rates. Compound at the moment is 7.67%. So as you can see, if you're coming from traditional finance, these rates look ludicrously high. And some people think, well, yeah, but this looks like a scam. How is this even possible? Well, it's based on mathematics, based on smart contracts. If someone is willing to pay more than this rate to borrow, then that's why this lending APY is so high. If you click on the DeFi list, you get a list of many popular DeFi applications under different categories. If you want to learn a lot more about different communities and newsletters, you can find some information here. Another great resource is DeFi Prime. Here you can actually get a lot of information on different projects. If you click on them, you've got the various categories: alternative savings, analytics, asset management tools, derivatives. So you've got a lot of different categories and many different DeFi apps per category. So this gives you a good idea on where to start exploring. As I said, the DeFi space is massive. There are many different opportunities. Let me share with you some of the most popular cryptocurrency DeFi applications to give you a bit of an idea on what ones I've been using recently and which ones are pretty popular and which ones you probably come across if you want to do most of the basic stuff. So the first DeFi app I'd like to share with you is the very popular Uniswap exchange. Uniswap is basically a decentralized exchange that allows you to exchange either ETH with ERC20 tokens or ERC20 tokens with each other. If you trade ETH with ERC20 tokens, you're going to pay a 0.3% fee plus the ETH gas fees. And if you exchange ERC20 tokens with another ERC20 token, you're going to actually pay 0.6, so 0.3% per pool. You can just click on use Uniswap. You're going to have to log in with your wallet. So you can actually click on connect a wallet. You can select MetaMask, Wallet Connect. So Wallet Connect is one that's for the Trust wallet, and MetaMask is this little fox icon that lives in your browser. So you can I would just have to click on here on MetaMask and then click on continue to connect, and I'm already connected. And I would now be able to exchange some ETH for another token. So I can just here select the token I'd like to buy. At the moment, unfortunately, the ETH fees for transactions, especially with smart contracts, are pretty high. So I only recommend exchanging tokens if you're buying a lot of tokens, like $1,000, $2,000 plus worth of tokens. Otherwise, I recommend going to a centralized exchange like Binance at the moment, as long as the scalability issues haven't been resolved on the Ethereum blockchain. But I still think having this knowledge is really important for you. A great thing with Uniswap is you can earn some passive income by locking up liquidity. As it's a decentralized exchange, the liquidity comes from the community. So you can click on pool and then click on add liquidity to add some liquidity. It's not without risk. You've got the risk of impermanent loss. That's covered with the fees that you'll be earning, but you can earn some good passive income by providing liquidity. There's another decentralized exchange I'm a pretty big fan of, and that is 1inch.exchange. It's a very similar concept to Uniswap. You log in with your MetaMask or Wallet Connect or Coinbase wallet, and then here you can also exchange ETH with ERC20 tokens or ERC20 tokens with each other. You can also provide liquidity to earn some passive income. The next app that is pretty popular is Compound Finance. It's a lending and borrowing DeFi application that has been in the space for a long time. So you can just click on app, and then here you can connect your wallet. So here again, I click on MetaMask, continue, and I'm already connected. So as you can see, without any passwords, it's very easy to use. When you're connected, you can actually look at what kind of interest rates you can earn by lending different platforms. At the moment, mostly stablecoins earn the highest amount of APY. So as you can see, USDC earns 11.87% as it costs 14.62% to borrow USDC. So it's very easy to use. If you want to start supplying some assets, you just scroll down to the asset and then click on it. And then you could see how much you'd like to supply, how much you'd be earning, and so on. Before I continue with a fantastic trading strategy DeFi application, let me talk to you about our sponsor of this video, Aave. The money in your bank or under your mattress loses in value. That's why you need to meet Aave. Aave is like your bank in the DeFi space where you can earn high interest rates by lending your crypto in a permissionless savings account. At the moment, I'm earning 5.6% on my funds on the Aave platform. It's super easy to use. With an Ethereum wallet and just a few clicks, you can start earning high interest rates on many different cryptocurrencies. Try out the Aave platform by clicking on the link in the description below and start making your money work for you. The next DeFi application I'd like to share with you is a big favorite of mine, and that is Token Sets. Now, Token Sets is a fantastic DeFi app because it's basically asset management simplified. They take complicated trading strategies and put them into a little token that you can buy. And I think that's really great, and that shows the strength of smart contracts. So what you can do here is you can look at the different strategies based on indicators, very common technical analysis indicators like moving averages, RSI, or portfolio rebalancing. And you can buy a simple token, and basically the token does all of this trading on its own based on that strategy, and you don't have to do anything. This is pretty cool. So when you're on the Token Sets platform, you can just click on Explore Sets. You've got many different types of sets. You've got portfolios. These are baskets of tokens. So for example, if you want to buy many different tokens, you don't have to buy them each individually. You can just buy DeFi Pulse Index, which is a basket of the top weighted DeFi assets. So if you click on DeFi Pulse Index, at the moment it's valued at $428, and you can see which ones are in this basket. So you've got Uniswap, you've got Aave, Synthetics, Maker, Compound, Kierin, Finance, Ren, and so on. So this is pretty great. If you want some exposure in the DeFi space, you don't want to waste tons of gas fees by buying different DeFi tokens. You can just buy the DeFi Pulse Index. It's one ERC20 token. And yeah, you can save on gas fees and get a lot more exposure on a wide variety of DeFi tokens. And you also reduce your risk, because if one of them goes to zero, you still got all of the other ones there in your basket of tokens. You can look at the social trading centers, basically people that have created their own strategy and tokenized it. So here you've got the person behind it that is using a strategy and probably manually changing the strategy depending on what he's doing. So if you believe that someone has a great trading strategy, you can buy one of these sets. So you got, for example, Fear and Greed Sentiment Set 2, Chainlink Trading Set, Flex ETH Set 2. Many of them don't really exactly say what it is about in the name. You'd have to click on it and read more about the set here below, how it works, and then you can see also the performance. And I think what is great is looking at the performance in comparison to ETH. Had you made more money if you just held ETH, or if you would have bought this set? Then the last option that you've got are robo sets, and these are completely automatic trading strategies based on indicators. These are not always the most profitable, but very often relatively safe if you look at the volatility. So they protect your assets from supermassive downfalls. but they don't always offer the biggest returns. So here you've got some very popular ones, such as ETH RSI, ETH 20 moving average. These are some technical indicators. They might not be for the complete beginner, as it's very difficult for a complete beginner to figure out which ones are profitable. The easiest way to find out if it's profitable is clicking on it, looking at the performance here, and comparing it with ETH. So here in this case, it's wrapped ETH has performed way better than the moving average set. So in this case, it would have made more sense to keep ETH instead of buying the ETH moving average set. So I think you always have to do that, compare the different sets with how much profit you would have made if you just kept ETH. There are many other ones. There are some great sets, for example, rebalancing sets. If you want to always have 60% BTC and 40% ETH and things like that, you can buy a token set for that. So this is, like I said, fantastic way to automate your portfolio asset management. Then you've got dydx.exchange, a DeFi trading platform for crypto assets. They allow you to trade, borrow, lend, and manage your assets and manage your position. So it's really awesome platform that allows you to trade in the DeFi space. A really popular platform is Kierin Finance, also a type of asset management platform that basically combines different yield earning strategies and make them super simple so that you can earn a super high interest rate. So here you can just click on invest. You can either choose votes, which are a little bit more risky because they include leverage or leveraging your assets, or you can click on earn, which is basically a type of asset management system that looks for the best yield for your liquidity. So for example, if you've got $1,000 locked up in USDC pool, it will look and see if it's much more valuable to lock up these $1,000 onto Aave platform, onto Compound, onto DYDX, and it'll shift between those. But it's not only shifting your money, it's shifting the money from the complete pool. It's a little bit more complex about that, but this is the gist of the earn functionality of Kierin Finance. So here you just have to connect and you can look at the different strategies. But now they've came out with version 2. And I think very popular are the votes, even though they're a lot more risky. So you can earn pretty high interest rates with these votes. So for example, the YV curve is 83.18% APY, which is just incredible. But you're going to have a lot more risk associated. So you just keep that in mind. Higher return, higher risk. Then what I think is also very important, as I mentioned at the beginning, is that you definitely need some smart contract insurance. If you're using a lot of money in the DeFi space and you'll have a lot more safety, then I recommend buying some cover on Nexus Mutual. Nexus Mutual is basically a smart contract insurance platform. You don't have to sign up for KYC, but it's great, better be safe than sorry, especially if you've got large amounts of funds in the DeFi space and you definitely don't want to lose it. Last but not least, I think this is pretty fun, a DeFi application, and that's to do with NFTs, and that's the Nifty Gateway. At the moment, the NFT space is super hyped, so people are going crazy for different NFT artworks, and those you can buy, for example, on Rarible or on Nifty Gateway. I think the NFT artworks are pretty cool, especially when combined with 3D worlds like CryptoVoxels or Decentraland, and I'm pretty sure many newer games that will be released will include some form of cryptocurrency asset via digital currencies or NFT artworks or NFT items. So this is pretty awesome, and I'm pretty sure this space is going to get even bigger in 2021 and 2022. Like I promised at the end of the video, I'm giving away one Ledger Nano S to a lucky winner. The only thing that you have to do is subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, as well as put in a comment down below telling me like what kind of DeFi app you already used or you'd like to use. That's about it, and I'll select a winner at random during my live stream a week from now. I'll put all the information down below to see how you can participate and what kind of rules and stuff are implied with this giveaway. Now, the last resource I'd like to share with you, and I think this is pretty fantastic, and that's defidatabase.info. And here you can find many different DeFi applications. You can go down the rabbit hole and figure out what you'd like to try out. And if you already know a name but you don't really know what it's about, you can read the description. And the great thing, it's not only for the Ethereum ecosystem, you've also got DOT, you've also got BTC, you've also got Binance chains, you've got many different ecosystems that you can actually scour through and figure out which one you'd like to use. With that said, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.